Hey, and welcome to Tesla Northwest and EVs. I am so glad you could join me. I'm sorry I haven't been making many videos lately, but we've been selling our house and just kind of busy with wrapping up for the summer. But I am back and I'm going to be bringing you lots of stuff. In fact, what are we going to do today? We're going to talk about the Washington State electric vehicle incentive programs, both sales tax and cash off the hood. We'll talk about HOA lanes in Washington. We'll talk about EV registration and what you got to pay there. And we'll also talk about some rebates you can get from Puget Sound Energy on EV level 2 charging. And then we'll wrap up talking about the federal rebates. I've got some notes here, so if you see me look down, it's because I'm just checking them. But I just wanted to share what I've learned and all of the cool things I have talked to people about in the last month about these rebates. So catch us on the flip side. We got lots more exciting videos coming as well, so we'd love it if you'd hit that like and subscribe. We're talking EV rebates, but we're going to be going to Reno in about 2 weeks, so FSD road trips as well. All right, folks, we'll catch you in just a minute. All right, so hopefully this isn't too echoey. I need to get a better microphone, so I appreciate everybody who is putting up with my sound issues if I have any. I'm going to do my best in editing to clean this up. I wanted to talk about what we got going on in the state of Washington in regards to buying or leasing a new electric vehicle. There's some really cool stuff that just happened. First thing I wanted to talk about was the sales tax exemption. Now, this has been around for a little bit. It was enacted back in 2019, all right? And if you bought a new car between August 1st of 2021 and July 31st of 2023, you would have qualified for a sales tax exemption up to $20,000 on a new car and $16,000 on a used car. And I'll go ahead and put that information up here over my shoulder. That was back in up to 2023. We're past that now. So now the program, which expires in 2025, gives you no sales tax paid on the first $16,000 on a used car and the first $15,000 on a new car. So Washington already has given you a great break there, depending on where you live, right? Our sales tax rate could be as high as 9.5%, just depends on your county. So really, really great local incentive there. And where did I find that information? Well, you can go out and get it on Puget Sound Energy's website. They have lots of good links there. I went and checked the Washington State Department of Commerce. And again, I'll show you the links for that. You may not have known, or you may have known about the sales tax exemption. That hasn't really been a secret. But did you see the latest announcement from Governor Jay Inslee in regards to getting up to $9,000 off of a lease on an EV and up to $5,000 on the purchase of a brand new one? Yeah, you heard me right, folks. We've got something in Washington. It was just enacted in May of 2024, so last month. It's going to become active as of August 2024. So you got to wait a little bit, right? Gives you some time to do some shopping. I've already called and talked to Tesla. Tesla is all over this Washington State rebate. They totally know what's going on, and they are excited to be providing it to their customers as soon as it's available. This rebate, like I said, qualifies you for up to $9,000 off on the lease of a new car, 3 years or longer, or $5,000 off at the time of purchase on a brand new electric vehicle. You also get an incentive on used vehicles and used leases. On a used vehicle, you're going to be eligible to get up to $2,500 off. And again, all of these are prices off at the hood. I'm going to provide some information here over my shoulder so you can read up on it. There's approximately 6,500 to 8,000 rebates available in the state of Washington. So I can tell you this program is going to run fast. So you want to get on this as quick as you can, okay? There is a design document that they base it off of. I'll also provide that as well as links for everything in this video. What are some eligibilities for the vehicle? Well, it has to be full battery electric. It has to be a full BEV, okay? It has to cost $90,000 or less. And it has to weigh less than 8,500 pounds. So to qualify, it's got to be new, completely battery electric, under 8,500 pounds, and less than 90K. What do you got to do to be eligible? Well, for a family of 4, you have to make less than about $93,000. The way the state is looking at it is at 300% or below the poverty, 300% plus 300% of the poverty line or below, you qualify for this incentive, and that's the federal poverty line. So if you look, family of 4, it's going to be about 93,000 some odd dollars for you to qualify for the rebate. Okay? This is a at the time of sale rebate, so it's off the price, purchase price. And I talked to Tesla as well, and I've also been reading, you can pyramid this with the federal rebate. So now we're talking about, if you're buying a new car, $5,000 plus the $7,500 federal rebate, which we're going to talk about in just a minute. All right, so a couple other just quick notes. The program was enacted to really encourage lower income or people who have affordability issues get into a leased battery electric vehicle. And that is awesome, awesome. Why? Because there is a list of at least 7 BEVs in Washington that you can lease for 3 years or longer for under $200. Wow. We're talking the Toyota BZ4X, about $56. The Hyundai Kona, $78. The Leaf, about $87 a month. Nero, $135. So they've done their research. There's going to be a lot of great cars available for people on a lower income to lease. So August, check that out. Get on it. There's only going to be about 6,500 to 8,000 of them, so you want to jump on it as soon as you can. Finally, Puget Sound Energy rebates. Let's get through these really quick, right? So there's one offered for alternative fuels, and that is a federal rebate. It was enacted back in 2005. But as of 2023, you can get up to 30% or $1,000 tax credit on the installation of a level 2 charger. Now it has to be put into a low-income area or a non-urban area, so there are some qualifiers for it, but you can find those on Puget Sound Energy's website, and I'll give you a link to that. What else? That is good through 2032 as well. They're encouraging EV infrastructure, which is awesome. As for Washington, what has Washington got going on? Washington has an EV tax exemption on level 2 charging. So if you buy a level 2 charger, you don't pay sales tax or use tax on purchase or installation. Okay, that includes home charging and businesses. So you want to check that out. That's a Washington state incentive on level 2 charging for both homeowners and businesses. No sales tax, no use tax on purchase and install. And then finally, Puget Sound Energy itself offers a rebate, and you'll go there and check. You can get up to a standard rebate of $300 on a level 2 charger, and some customers can qualify for up to $600 or $2,000 towards the installation. So $600 off the purchase, $2,000 towards the installation as a rebate. And again, I'll provide that information above my shoulder there, so check that out. Finally, what do we got? Washington sucks for HOA lanes. We have them, but they are, again, limited to 2 or more people and motorcycles and buses. We can't use them in an electric car. I understand. It's for congestion, not so much for pollution, but boy, it'd sure be nice to be able to use that HOA lane now. What about registering an EV in Washington? We've heard some horror stories from other states and the costs. It's not that bad. We do need to offset the gas tax, right? We're not buying gas, so we can't help pay for the roads. So Washington charges us $100 a year extra on top of our registration to help cover the gas tax we're not paying. So $100 a year extra as far as registration goes in Washington for your EV. We're going to get a good knock off of the price if we buy one new or if we lease one with this new Washington state rebate. We've got sales tax exemptions for both charging and purchases of BEVs or plug-in electric vehicles. And finally, we're going to be able to use the federal rebate. And the federal rebate, oh man, that again can be pyramided with the Washington one. You can get up to $7,500 off on a new car. I'll give you a link to how that is figured out. To qualify, individuals need to make $150,000 or year or less. If you're qualified as head of household, it's $225,000, and if you're a joint filer, it's $300,000. The cars need to be $55,000 or less, and a truck, van, or SUV needs to be $80,000 or less. There's also requirements that they be made in the United States, or excuse me, in North America, so Canada, Washington, Canada, America, and Mexico. And also the batteries need to be manufactured in North America, certain percentages, as well as the minerals sourced for them. So every year those are going to become more restrictive. So cars are going to be added and fall off of the rebate lists that the feds have. You need to keep up on it and check it depending on where they're doing their manufacturing. They could qualify when they didn't before, or they qualified and they don't any longer because things change with their batteries. So in a synopsis then, right? We got a lot of good information here. I hope you guys check out the links that I've provided. I hope you like the tiles that I put up to show the different pages that I'm referencing. And I hope you take advantage of all these really great incentives, not just to buy or lease a new or used EV in Washington State, but also to get your charging installed so that you don't have to rely on third parties. You can just be home, and every morning when you wake up, you got a full tank of gas. All right, I really appreciate everybody joining me. Love it if you'd hit that like and subscribe.